This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
And I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome, Gary.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes, glad to have you here. Okay, our question this week. It is football season and fall sports are kicking off. If you get injured at an event, who is responsible?
Good question, because there's really two things to look at here. One is the maybe the child who's playing or the young person who's playing. Is there a responsibility to them? And then the spectators have rights, you know? So it all comes down to this. There's certain things we assume the risk of. Just because you get hurt doesn't mean it's somebody's fault or you have a case. It's certainly not the case. If you go out and play football and you break your finger, that's kind of to be expected, you know? The question is, has everybody acted reasonably? Is there a known hazard that wasn't dealt with? Is there something that they should have known about that wasn't dealt with? So those are the questions to be asked. If a player is put in a dangerous situation they shouldn't have been in, then there may be some responsibility. If the equipment doesn't work right, then there may be some responsibility. There are people who should be looking at those things, you know? Again, we talked about this before. You know, just be aware. Yeah. And if the people are on their phone when they're supposed to be coaching, maybe there's a problem there. You know, I coached youth sports. Yes. We didn't have phones back then. It's been so long, you know. But I can't even imagine trying to keep people's attention. That may be the only 2 hours of the day some of these kids aren't glued to a screen, you know. Yeah. So I love youth sports. I think it's a great opportunity for people to get together and learn perseverance and discipline and disappointment, you know, all those things that make us stronger. But we got to take care of them out there. Yeah. So, you know, I think you just got to be careful. Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there a time, or when might there be a time where there's liability for an injury? Well, when people aren't acting responsibly. Okay. Let's say there's a hole in a football field that somebody knows about. Well, you should have filled it in, you know, those kind of things. I think if there's a problem with the stands, there's rotten boards, somebody should be going around and inspecting those things, and I assume they are. But I mean, those are the kind of things I've seen over the years where people have been injured, and maybe there was responsibility on somebody else, you know. But again, be aware. Right. Don't assume somebody's taking care of everything for you, and enjoy. What a great time of year! Oh my gosh, it is to be outside and start all these sports and getting school back together. So have fun. Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much, Gary. We'll see you on the very next Legal Break.
This has been Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.